Hello everyone, welcome back to the Mr. Twilight channel, where we dive deep into real horror stories and chilling mysteries that might just make you double check your locks before bed. If you're a fan of spooky tales, make sure to hit subscribe, drop a like, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our videos. Today, I'm going to share 3 true horror stories you should know before you pack your bags and travel. Trust me, these stories will make you think twice before setting foot in some so-called paradise destinations. Get ready, we're about to embark on a haunting journey. The Hotel That Never Closes, The Mystery of the Cecil Hotel, Los Angeles. Our first story takes us to a hotel I'm sure many of you have heard of, especially if you're a fan of true crime series. This is the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles, USA, a place that looks like any ordinary budget hotel from the outside, but inside, it's a real nightmare. If you're planning a trip to the US, especially to LA, you might want to hear this story first. Built in 1924, the Cecil Hotel has had a dark history from the very beginning. Located in downtown Los Angeles, an area that was once bustling but later became a skid row, the hotel quickly turned into a haven for drifters, criminals, and the desperate. Records show that since the 1930s, there have been at least 16 reported cases of suicides, murders, and unexplained deaths there. But the story that cemented Cecil's status as a horror legend was the case of Elisa Lam in 2013. Elisa Lam, a 21-year-old student from Canada, traveled to Los Angeles alone. She checked into the Cecil Hotel in January 2013, and at first, everything seemed normal. However, a few days later, Elisa vanished. Her family reported her missing, and the hotel staff began searching. Strangely, no one could find her until guests started complaining about the foul smell and murky color of the tap water. Maintenance workers checked the rooftop water tanks, and that's where they found Elisa's body, inside a sealed tank that could only be opened from the outside. Let me pause here to emphasize it. The water tank was over 3 meters tall, weighed several tons, and could only be opened with a special key. How could a petite girl like Elisa climb inside, close the lid, and leave no trace? But what's even more disturbing is the elevator footage. The police released a video from the hotel's elevator showing Elisa's final moments. In the footage, Elisa enters the elevator and repeatedly presses the buttons, but the doors don't close. She hides in a corner, peering anxiously outside as if she's terrified of something. She then steps out, makes strange gestures, almost as if she's speaking to someone or trying to push away something invisible, and finally disappears from the frame. Moments later, the elevator doors close as if nothing happened. I've watched that footage dozens of times, and every time, it gives me chills. Elisa's face, it's as if she saw something that we couldn't. Some people suggest she suffered from a mental breakdown, but there was no strong evidence that Elisa had any severe mental health issues. And about the rooftop, how did she even get up there when access was locked? Locals believe the Cecil Hotel is haunted. Guests have reported hearing footsteps in the hallways at night, even when no one was there. Some claimed to see ghostly figures in the mirrors or felt someone breathing down their necks while sleeping. Even more chilling, 2 notorious serial killers, Richard Ramirez at the Night Stalker and Jack Unterweger, once stayed at the Cecil. Are the souls of the victims still trapped there? Or is there something darker at play? If you're considering booking a cheap hotel while traveling, be sure to check its history. The Cecil Hotel has since rebranded itself as Stay on Main, but I'm not sure a name change can erase a curse. Would you dare book a room here? Let me know in the comments. The Curse in the Forest, The Mystery of Aokigahara, Japan. Alright, the second story takes us to a place that looks like a painting, yet hides a horrifying secret. If you're planning to travel to Japan, especially to Mount Fuji, you need to hear the story of Aokigahara Forest. also known as the Suicide Forest. Warning, this story is not for the faint of heart. Aokigahara lies at the base of Mount Fuji, a dense, lush forest with winding trails leading deep into its heart. At first glance, it seems like a paradise for nature lovers, but the locals call it the place where souls cannot leave. Every year, dozens, sometimes even hundreds, of people enter the forest to end their lives. Since the 1950s, Aokigahara has been notorious for suicides, and to this day, no one knows exactly how many have died there. The story I want to share happened in 2018, when a famous YouTuber, I won't name him, but many of you probably know who he is, went to Aokigahara to film a video. He thought it would be a light-hearted exploration, but what he found shocked the world. While filming, he came across a body hanging from a tree, along with a backpack and handwritten farewell notes. Instead of contacting the authorities immediately, he continued filming and even uploaded the video online, sparking outrage across the globe. I'm not here to judge, but what truly chills me is what he described afterward. He said that as he ventured deeper into the forest, he felt as if someone was following him. At times, his camera recorded strange sounds, whispers, or the crack of branches, even though there was no wind. And the most unsettling part, when he reviewed the footage, he spotted a shadowy figure standing behind him, even though no one had been there during filming. Locals believe Aokigahara is not just a place where people die, but a place where souls become trapped. According to Japanese legend, those who die in the forest turn into hoyori, vengeful spirits who wander in search of a replacement. Many visitors have reported hearing, crying, or their names being called from deep within the woods, even when they were alone. Some have even found old ropes hanging from trees, almost as if they were waiting for the next person. In 2019, a group of American tourists visited Aokigahara to take photos. One of them, a woman named Sarah, recounted getting separated from the group. She said she heard a woman softly singing a lullaby. Thinking it was one of her friends, she followed the voice, only to find an empty clearing with nothing but a pair of worn-out shoes lying on the ground. When she turned around, the singing turned into laughter, and she felt an icy hand touch her shoulder. Sarah screamed and ran straight out of the forest, but she swore she could hear footsteps chasing her until she escaped. Friends, Aokigahara is not a place to joke around. If you want to explore Mount Fuji, stick to the safe, designated paths. And if you ever hear singing or someone calling your name in the forest, don't answer, don't turn around, just run. What do you think about this forest? Would you dare to go trekking there? The Woman by the Road, the mystery of Hana Highway, Hawaii. Okay, our final story takes us to a place many call paradise on earth, Hawaii. But don't let the white sandy beaches and tropical forests fool you. Even paradise has its dark corners. This story centers around the Hana Highway, a famous road in Maui where many travelers have had experiences they can't explain. The Hana Highway stretches for 64 miles, winding through forests, waterfalls, and steep cliffs. It's often described as one of the most beautiful drives in the world, drawing thousands of tourists every year. But locals warn that if you drive this road, especially at night, you might encounter a strange woman. The legend dates back to the 1970s, when a driver reported seeing a woman in a white dress standing by the roadside around midnight. She waved, asking for a ride. Because it was raining, he stopped. The woman climbed into the car, but said nothing. When he asked where she was headed, she simply stared forward with empty eyes. Suddenly, she vanished from the back seat, leaving only a small puddle of water where she had sat. Panicked, the driver searched for her, but found no trace. Friends, I've read countless posts on X and travel forums about this road, and the story of the woman in the white dress comes up again and again. Some say she's the ghost of a girl who died in an accident on the Hana Highway. But local Hawaiians offer another explanation. According to Hawaiian legend, the woman might be an incarnation of Pil, the goddess of fire and volcanoes. Pil is known to appear as a woman to test people's kindness. If you refuse her help, or worse, disrespect the island, you invite bad luck. Many travelers have reported car breakdowns or minor accidents after encountering her. In 2015, a couple from California was driving the Hana Highway and stopped to take photos near a waterfall. They noticed an elderly woman nearby staring at them. Thinking she needed assistance, they approached her, but she said nothing. When they returned to their car, she had vanished, and a scorched handprint appeared on their windshield, as if someone had burned it onto the glass. Terrified, the couple left Maui the very next day. Friends, the Hana Highway is stunning, but it is also full of mystery. If you ever drive this road, remember, don't stop at night, and be cautious if you see someone asking for a ride. They might not be human. Do you believe in legends like Pil? And if you ever saw the woman in white, what would you do? So, we've traveled through 3 chilling true stories you should know before planning your next adventure. The haunted Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles, the spirit-filled Aokigahara Forest in Japan, and the mysterious woman of the Hana Highway in Hawaii. Travel is about discovery and joy, but sometimes the most beautiful places hide the darkest secrets. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment and share any strange travel experiences you've had. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support me in making more creepy videos. Thanks for watching, and be careful on your next trip. Stay spooky. Bye.